Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to DIY with Nadia and welcome to another Wreath Wednesday. Today we are making a snowman wreath using the ruffle method, and all supplies are from the Dollar Tree. I have been waiting to do this wreath this whole season. This little snowman has been staring at me. He is so adorable. And we are going to be using the Woodland method. All the supplies for today's wreath are from the Dollar Tree. We're starting with the metal wreath form. It's 14 inches in diameter. Then we are going to be using 6 rolls of Deco Mesh. You're also going to need these Chenille stems or pipe cleaners. And if you're going to cut them in half, you're going to need 24 of them. If you're going to cut them in thirds or 4 inches each here, you're going to need 16. These are from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 45, so more than enough for a few wreaths. And our main guest of honor, of course, is our little snowman. And yes, I got this one from the Dollar Tree. Before we start cutting the mesh, let's go over the numbers. Each Deco Mesh roll is 6 inches by 5 yards or 180 inches. If you take 180 divided by 22, that's the length of our strips, you're going to have 8 and a little bit of change left over. From each one of our mesh, we're going to get 8 strips or 8 ruffles, plus we're going to have 4 inches to play around with. Next, I'm going to be cutting my pipe cleaners, and I'm going to be doing them in thirds, and as I said, you can do them in thirds or in half. Then I'm going to grab my pipe cleaners and fold them in a little V shape. Just like that. I would love to invite you to follow me on Instagram if you're interested in some behind the scenes, some daily life, and of course a little bit of mischievous little fur babies. The link to all my social media platforms is in the description box below. Now I'm grabbing my Deco Mesh and I'm going to cut it into 22-inch strips. Now it's time to make our Woodland Ruffle. As you can see, my Deco Mesh is rolling in naturally, and I'm just going to find the edge and start rolling it in at the end. Maybe you want to give 2, 3 little curls. You just want to make sure that that ending is nice and secure. I decided to give it 1 extra one just to make sure. Then grabbing our little clamp or our clothespin, just clamp it in the center. Turn it around and just put something heavy right there so it's easier to work with. On the other end, we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to start rolling in a little curl, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. As soon as I have my curl, I'm just going to hold with my thumbs right here and start walking it in, kind of accordion style. Just bring it in, get rid of the weight. Keep on bringing it in. I'm going to turn it this way so the smooth end is right here. Grabbing my pipe cleaner, I'm going to bring it in. By this time, you're going to have about 1/2 inch to 1 inch right here because the way we brought it together because of the accordion style. So what I like to do is I'm going to put 2 fingers right here and I'm going to pull it up just like that and then give it 2 twists. And then all of a sudden you see this little ruffle just pop. And I think it's going to be so beautiful. Let's do another one. Starting with the edge, I'm going to make my first little curl. I'm going to go in 1, 2, and 3 times. Oops, I think I want to go 1 more on this one. It looked a little loose. All right, pinch in the middle right here or clamp. Turn it around, put something heavy so it's easier for you to work with. And then we're going to start the curls on this side. And I think that one looks good actually. 2 thumbs in the middle, and let's start walking it up. And if it's a little, if you're not going in a straight line, don't you worry about that. That's why it's a ruffle. It's all right. As long as the ending right here that is centered, we're bringing into our thumbs. So the beginning and the end are in the center. So this is our top side. This is where we brought it together. So I'm going to pinch it right here and put it upside down. This is the smooth part right here. Pipe cleaner right there. And as you can see, it's pretty thick right here. So I'm going to grab it on this side. With this hand, I'm going to push it back and then twist it. And that's going to give it a nice secure little hold on there. And there you go, your perfect little ruffle. Now I have all my ruffles cut up and ready to go. This is the way I'm going to put them on my wreath form. In each section, there's going to be 8 ruffles, and I usually like to go in a zigzag instead of going row and then row, because I feel like when you're going in a zigzag, it kind of interlocks as you're going with each one, and it just gives a beautiful flow to your wreath. The nice thing about the woodland method is it gives this fluffy kind of a wreath, and I think it just turns out so beautiful. Now, if you know me, you know I like my backs to be really pretty. After I twisted my first little ruffle on here, what I'm going to do is with the remaining tail, I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it back, nice and clean. Now I'm going into row 2. And do you see what I mean? How it's fitting in? Now I can cover this little area with this one. Then row 3. And there you go. There's the first section all done. Look how fluffy and beautiful it is. I absolutely love how this wreath is coming out. Now I'm going to go and fix all the little back tails here. All right. It's all done, no scratching. All of the little endings are hidden in the back. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this whole wreath. And just look how fluffy it is. I'm very, very happy about how it's turning out. Now for the snowman. This is an extra step, but I feel like I need to secure the outside because it's brown and white and black and this, you know, brown on the outside. So one way I do that is I just color the edges. So I got my white, black, and red here, and I'm just going to go on the outside where the black is and paint it black, and where it's white, white, and where it's red, we're going to do red. That way, no matter how somebody sees this wreath, from what angle, you're not going to be able to see this side, and it's going to look professional. It's not going to look like a little Dollar Tree sign. It's going to look good. And our snowman is all dry on the sides here. And I like to do this extra step because no matter how high or low your wreath is going to hang, this snowman is going to look good, professional, and it's not going to have that cheap cardboard on the side. Now grabbing 2 pipe cleaners, I'm going to fold them in half, but I'm going to do 2 fingers right here. I make this little kind of like a little seat. I'm going to turn it over. And here's the reason I do this little 2-finger thing right here. I put it on here and then cover with more hot glue. And trust me, this is going nowhere. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom over here. Now I'm going to show my little Amazon order, and I'm going to link this in my description box below, and you can also find this in my Amazon store. I got a little bow maker here, and it comes with 3 dowels here. I'm just going to be using 2 for now, and I'm going to just put it in the middle and in this first one because I don't think I'm going to need it to be that thick. Now I'm going to grab a pipe cleaner and lay it just like this. And now I'm ready for my ribbon, and I'm going to be using this 2.5-inch red ribbon from the Dollar Tree. First thing I like to do is get rid of this folded end. And then I'm going to measure off 12 inches, so side to side, because it's 6 right here and then 6 inches right here. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then this is the part where we decide what kind of bow we're making. And I think we're not going to make anything too big. I want 5-inch loops, so 10 altogether. There you go, 5 this way. You know, I think it is on both sides. It is a double-sided ribbon. Yeah, so we don't have to twist anything on those double-sided ribbons, nothing. You just go in and out. So 5 inches. 5 inches. Then you can either do a buffalo check ribbon on top or this white grosgrain one. I'm going to go with the white grosgrain one just because there's so much buffalo check on the wreath. I want it to be nice and clean. I'm going to measure off 12 inches here. And we're going to do the same thing, except instead of 5 inches, we're going to go a little smaller to 4, maybe 3 even inches. Maybe 3.5. There you go. That looks good. Let me peek right here where it is. 3.5. Making sure it's nice and even. Then I'm going to grab my pipe cleaner before I even take it out and just kind of hold it so it holds in place. And I'm going to take it out, move to the back, and give it 2 twists. Okay, and now we're going to bring everything together. My snowman right here, place him where I want them, and I want him to be a little lower than centered, to be in the bottom right corner right here. So I'm just going to attach him to the actual wreath form right now. When I'm attaching my signs, I tend to go really light, so I'm not attaching really too close. I'm just going to give it 2 twists right here, very kind of lightly, and then I'm going to go back and see where I want it. Then I'm going to go back right now and give it more twists. All right, so the reason I wanted my snowman to be a little lower right here is because the bow is going to go on top, and we kind of want to have a beautiful balance here. With the bow, figure out where you want it to be. I think that's about right here. And then attach it, and now just open up the bow. For the center of the bow, you can either grab a piece of red ribbon and put it around, or you can grab one of these little puff balls, and I'm going to grab the red one, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the center. It's going to look so darn cute. For the tails, I'm going to do little dovetails here, and then we're going to make a ribbon tail. So right here, halfway through, I'm going to fold it up, pinch it, put my fingers right underneath here, and pull it back. There you go. Same thing here. This is grosgrain ribbon, so you can't really do the banner tails with this one, but I am going to just cut it down a little bit and make dovetails on the ends.